What's up, everybody? Greg here with aerodeco.net, and what we have behind us is a Hartzell propeller blade that we've taken off of the hub. It's no longer airworthy, and I normally will take these and we'll polish them up, or sometimes we'll repaint them and make decorative displays for you guys to sit around and show off. They make a great showpiece to go in your office, your den, your man cave, coffee table, wherever you really want to put them. They really look good when they're polished up to a mirror shine. However, I got a different idea for this one. I think what we're going to do with this one is see if we can take a VFR sectional chart and fix it to the front side of this, and then maybe clear over. So we're going to leave, I think, the back side, I'm just going to kind of leave it as is. It's kind of battle scarred. You can see the nicks from rocks and debris and whatnot. I have smoothed down the leading edge there, so it's not real sharp. But I've also gone down here on the hub area, and we just kind of clean that up some. I'm not going to polish it. I think it's going to look kind of cool if we just leave it kind of as it is. And anyway, yeah, I'm going to leave the back. I'm not going to resurface it, repaint it, or anything. I'm just going to leave it used. And then on this front side, we're going to work on putting a sectional chart on it, and then probably clear over it with some gloss clear, and see what that gives us. And if we don't like it, I'll sand it off and we'll polish it or whatever. I've got plenty of these blades laying around that I can continue to. Some people want them as is. Some people want to leave them, and just kind of clean them up a little bit, get some of the grease and grime and dirt and stuff off of them, and display them the way they are as they were used. And that's really kind of cool too. I mean, it really looks good sitting there as it is. But I figured this might just add a little bit more personality to it. So we're gonna see what we do. Bear in mind that this propeller is actually taller than the sectional chart, so I can't put it on like this unless I were to cut the chart in half, and then it would have no continuity. So, and I can't make north up, so to speak, like this, but we're gonna hang it on like this, and as the propeller would sit on the airplane, actually that would be the other way. It would probably need to be turned this way to ensure. It really doesn't matter. You know what? It doesn't matter. Makes no difference. We're going to go this way with it. Just simply because, for the sake of the way it is, the way it's going to sit, this is the way it needs to be. What's going to look best. So we're going to get Memphis in here. This is the Memphis section. We're going to get Memphis, we're going to get Little Rock, and we're going to get, I'm going to do this at a bit of an angle so that I can get my home airport of Memorial Field, which is Hotel Oscar Tango. So anyway, we'll get from Memphis to Hot Springs, and a little bit further, if we go on down, we'll get maybe a little bit of Mena's Class E airspace, but I won't be able to get Mena on there. Mena, the storied and fabled airport of Mena. So anyway, that's what we're looking at. We'll see what we get. All right, so rough mock-up. I think what I'm going to do, there's a Memphis, Little Rock, Hot Springs, part of Mina's Class E transition area there. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to trim this off with a razor blade on the back side and give myself a little bit of overlap so that when I use the adhesive on this side, I can make my cut right on the leading and trailing edge, as well as the tip. And then I'm going to take this map inside and iron it on the ironing board and get all the wrinkles out of it, so that it's a good, nice, flat piece of paper when I get ready to do the gluing. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking. We'll see if it works. So keep watching. So I'll take this inside, iron it out flat, and get to gluing. So here we go. Okay guys, it's the next night, and what we've done is we've got our map permanently fixed to our propeller, and I went over it with about 3 or 4 coats of sealer. So there's sealer that's been applied to the top of the map. I let that dry overnight. I came in just a couple hours ago and I sanded that down so that it's somewhat smooth. It's not I wouldn't say that the undercoat on it where the sealer is glossy smooth, but then again, I didn't want to sand too far because I didn't want to sand through the sealer and into the map itself. So I just stopped where I was, and the plan is I'm going to build that up with clear so that we don't see any of the brush strokes or the ridges in the sealer. And also right down here, it will be like you've clear coated over automotive pinstriping so that you don't feel a lot of difference in height between the propeller and the height of the paper here. So got the base of the hub here taped off because I don't want clear on it. I've gone over the whole thing with an acetone to get all the oil and fingerprints and gunk off of it, and I'm going to use a rattle can gloss clear. Now my first intention was to use an automotive clear. However, my big compressor motor died on me a day or so ago, and I have not had a chance to take the motor off, run it in, and have it repaired yet. So for the sake of this one, we're going to use a spray can clear and put 3 or 4 coats on it. Probably let it dry for a little while in between each coat, and then we're going to come back over that with a buffer. We're going to buff it off smooth, and I'm going to also clear the back side of it as well, which will also help seal the edges a little bit more. It seems to have adhered really well on the leading and trailing edge of the propeller, and I don't have it's not lifting anywhere, but just to make sure that it doesn't in the future, we're going to clear that over real good, and hopefully get a really nice finish out of it. So here we go, let's get to it. I think that's going to do it for our first coat. It was a pretty quick coat, but I don't want to go too far too fast. So I'll show you guys a little bit of the gloss that I don't know if you can see it or not. I don't know if the light's right or the angle's right, but that is that's our first coat, and it really shined it up really good. I want to do several coats on it though to make it really good and shiny. This actually here is by design. I wanted it that way, but however, now that it's that way with that worn edge, I'm not so sure I like it that much. May not do it on the next one. You guys can tell me what you think about that worn edge. So anyway, yeah, there it is. There's our first coat. Gonna let it dry for a little bit, and then we're gonna come back over it and do it a couple more times. So stand by. All right. So now we're going to let that mother's paste wax set, dry, whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to go back over it with a good old-fashioned rag and some elbow grease and do our final polish on it. And then I think it's going to be done. It's got a pretty good sheen on it, pretty good luster. I think it's probably as good as I'm going to be able to get with the type of clear that I've used. And I don't know that I'm going to do it with a paper chart next time. I think next time I may do it a little bit differently, but we will be doing more of these. So if you guys have a sectional, let me start that over. If you guys have a sectional chart of your area that you want on a blade, I've got, I think, about 8 or 9 blades left that I can do this on. And if you guys will tell me what section you want and how you want it positioned on the blade, I will be glad to do it for you. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you found this thing pretty cool to watch. And if you liked the video, give me an extra 5 seconds and smash that like button. Every like that you guys will give me helps my channel to be seen. And I do this stuff because I love it, and I do this stuff because I want you guys to be a part of it. So I appreciate you guys subscribing. I appreciate you guys liking the video. Feel free to drop a comment if you want to see something different, if you think I should have done it differently, if you got any tips, tricks, critiques, whatever. So anyway, you guys, I appreciate all you guys following along, and I hope you have a super blessed day. Have a great one. Bye.